Om Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Param Om. Namaste. We have seen those two main theories, and the first one was the one Asat Karyavada, which says Asat, that the non-existence, out of the non-existence, the universe came to existence, and it's so clearly false, as Swami says. It's so weak, in terms of it does not stand much. Therefore, Gaudapada does not going to uh, say much about that. But Swami has said a few things to us, that clearly established that makes no sense. The Upanishad clearly says everywhere that a non-existent thing can never originate something at all, because it must be of the same nature. How can you have existence out of non-existence? I mean, it's impossible, Do you agree? They must be cause and effect. They must follow somehow the same nature. You cannot have a nature of existence producing non-existence, and much less a nature of non-existence producing existence. You cannot have nothingness by nature to be emptiness producing something which is a contradiction to nothing. Okay? Either you have nothing all through or things all through. Therefore, this is just too weak to be considered. And then there are simple language rules that proves fallacies of these statements of the second one, or the first one is still, of the Asat. There are some language rules, fallacies. We saw that yesterday because the sentence does not have a subject. It says that it originates itself out of non-existence. So how can you have something in a sentence with a verb, and there is somebody? Verb indicates that there is an action taking place, but there is nobody there to indicate this principle has made this action. So, and then grammatically, it's proved to be there is something wrong with the Asat Karya Vada. The third is a little bit more nice and sophisticated. It says that a non-existent thing, like a bungle, comes into existence of existing gold. There is gold, and then there is, within the gold, potentially there is what? Ornaments of gold. And then the ornament of gold, bungle in this case, comes into existence out of the existing gold. Now you have existing gold, non-existing ornaments, but then ornaments comes out of existing gold. And then there is somebody who's meant to be there, like goldsmiths, to create the ornament. So before there was gold, afterwards there is what? There is gold, there is a new bungle, a new ornament. So what is the new bungle? We have seen that the non-existent bungle before became existence. So now there is existing bungle according to Asat Karyavad. But we have also the existing gold, which did not go anywhere. The gold is the intrinsic nature of the bungle. Now you have two things. We have gold and we have the ornament bungle. Whenever we have two things, we should have an addition there. So now, before there was only gold, and now we have gold plus an ornament, and then we have to weight it. We have to measure it to see in which way it has been increased in whatsoever, in weight or anything. And then we see that there is no increase in weight or anything, because As we know, nothing is created, things can be transformed, but fundamental, there is only the substantial nature of everything. We know that all of that is to prove that there is no origination, there is no creation, there is only what? Its essential nature as Brahman, as Satchitananda, as consciousness. And then how this consciousness became the word, it did not become the word. The word was projected, superimposed upon it, you know, just like a mirage. According to the law of conservation, we know that nothing can be created. Matter energy transforms all the time, but nothing is created. So, Asat, the non-existing, universe is, which was non-existent, that becomes existence, is fallacious. Therefore, is the Sankhya Yoga Vada is definitely reject. Actually, all theories have to be rejected. There is such a limitation for logic and theories, you know. Sat Karyavad gives this argument. Now he's going to go in Sat Karyavad, this argument. What does Sat Karyavad says? Non-existent bundle never comes to existence because nothing new can ever be created. The bundle was already existing, so now its question is, okay, something was created, but it was not coming from nothing or non-existence. It was already there. Yeah? So the bundle was already there. All ornaments were already there. This is the cyclical theory of creation, you know, from the causal to the subtle to the physical, and so on. We saw the layers and pralayas of Maya of the universe. Therefore, Goldsmith does not create a bundle. The bundle was already there. So, and then why we need this Goldsmith? Why should be the Goldsmith do something to create a bundle which is already existent? You know. So this Satkaryavada says that the bundle already exists, but not in the form, but potentially. But it exists in a potential form. What it's meant by creation is a transformation from energy to matter. That makes a little bit more sense. If we look at the macrocosm causal body, subtle energy, subtle matter, from the subtle comes the manifestation of the gross, of the tangible. So what's meant by creation of a bundle is not creation, but a transformation or modification of its previous substance, which is energy. Energy is going to be mixed up in a different configuration to produce the physical vyavaharika. The creation is not the production of matter, but a transformation from energy to matter. And what is the energy we would have to consider here? We are not even talking about the gunas, we are talking about the fundamental energy between Prakriti, which is the nature of Maya, into the universe. And then we have upon Ishvara, upon Brahmana, we have this power called Maya, and Maya's essential nature is Prakriti, is the Guna representing Ishvara, Rajaguna representing the origination, the power that originates the Jivatma, and the Tamoguna, the power, the energy that projects the Vyavaharika, the physical material universe. So the fundamental energy here goes to Maya. Maya transforms itself into the subtle and the physical condition is called karyan, the effect of a cause. Karanan and karyan are one and the same substance only, okay? Why? Because we have established that nothing can be created. Even scientific knowledge established that. There is only transformation of the same substance. So we have the subtle energy that becomes the dense energy, the so-called matter, but fundamentally, it's all the same substance, Prakriti. Okay, I'm not taking it all the way down to Brahman or consciousness. I'm taking to Maya, because Maya, in this theory of Satkaryavad, Maya is the cause of the universe, which is going to be rejected by Gaudapada as well. The creation here is transformation, is beautiful. When we talk about creation, creation is very misleading. Which is a much better word. And transformation is also very nice, if not better. It's just energies being transformed due to some power. In Sat Karya Vada, nothing is produced, everything is transformed, as physicists say nowadays. And then carrying on, since nothing new is produced, Karana and Karya are essentially one and the same substance in two different forms. And then we have some examples given here, by ice, which fundamentally is water, the iceberg or the milk, and the curd, the yogurt. So different forms, different transformations, and then we have something there, So we have milk. Milk was transformed into yogurt or curd. We have water. Water was transformed into vapor. We have water. Water goes transformed into ice cubes, for example. So we have a seed which is transformed into a tree. This is a bigger one, okay? But there is no creation even there is only transformation. It's from the unmanifest tree to the manifest tree, from a single small, physically speaking, called a small seed. Seeds sometimes are so small. Similarly, the world has originated due to transformation of a cause which becomes an effect. But we have established here that cause and effect basically are the same substance, like the milk and the curd are the same substance, a little modified, like ice and ice cube, water and water ice cubes are the same substance. The world has been produced by transformation of its cause, which exists before in the cause, is the same as the world, only but not in the world, but in a different form. The whole world is created by the process of transformation. This is Sat Karya Vada, also known as Parimana Vada. Parinama Vada. Creation has come by modification of a cause, which is nothing but creation in a previous condition. And the Sankhya Yoga Vadi calls that cause Prakriti. So in the Sankhya, now he steps back and he goes to, now Sankhya is this one, is this very one that says that from it exists already in its cause. Now the other one will say, no, it's from non-existent existence we have things appearing, existing. So this is from existing, but in a different formation, in a different configuration, it's things comes into existence. So, and the cause here is Prakriti, and Prakriti, as I was saying before, is the very fundamental nature of Maya. So production will be Nyaya Vajisheka system, transform or evolves into Prapancha. It is a transformation otherwise called evolution, evolution, creation, transformation, adaptation. Various stages of evolution I give. Prakriti transformed in Prapancha. The cause is Prakriti and the effect is Prapancha. Prakriti is the cause, Prapancha is the effect. They are the same substance though. This Prakriti is Mula Karana. So now it becomes interesting. It says this Prakriti, the cause is eternal. We have heard about these theories of the eternal Maya, the eternal Ishvara, the eternal Jiva, the eternal Jagat, because it exists already eternally. It's just cyclically, it appears in its gross manifestation, and then it is absolutely invisible, subtle manifestation or formation during Pralaya, the big nap of Mr. Maya. This Prakriti is Mula Karana. So Mula is original. So there is an original Prakriti. So now things get a little bit complicated. So where did this original cause came into play? So Mula Prakriti, this is Sat Kariya Vada. Gaudapada has to now refuse this Sat Kariya Vada, and we can see that which was the original cause. So as we know, a cause must be there as an effect from something else. So there must be a Prakriti, not a cause that has produced Prakriti. Prakriti 1 produced Prakriti 2, and so on. So Gaudapada refused that. Number one, he says, Sankhya-vadi, what we ask, what is the nature of this Prakriti? Where did Prakriti come from? The Sankhya-vadi answer is Prakriti, being original Prakriti, is the original cause without any cause to itself. It is the causeless cause of the universe. Sometimes we even hear in the Upanishad says that Brahman is the causeless cause of the universe, okay, which is a contradiction. But anyhow, it's a contradiction because nothing is created. Not that Brahman is not the substantial, addition of the only reality of this apparent creation and manifestation. No, it's just that it's not real. It's not really there. Nothing was, there is no effect which is real. It cannot come from anywhere, this original Prakriti. It's without beginning, it says, beginningless. It has been there as Prakriti, always, the seed of the universe, like the seed of a tree. Maya is the seed, the Prakriti of Maya is the seed of the universe. It is the original seed, it's the original source, it's the original cause. So, and it was not caused by anything, okay? So is Prakriti destructible or not? And then Gaudapada goes further inquiring, is it destructible or not? The Sankhya theory says that Prakriti cannot be destroyed because if Prakriti is destroyed, and then there will be no means to carry on later creations or manifestations. So therefore, Prakriti is eternal. So now we have two principles. One is that it's beginningless, and other is indestructible, and therefore nitya, permanent, eternally there. According to Sankhya-vadi, Prakriti is beginningless, ananta, indestructible, and permanent, nitya. This ananta, nitya, mula, Prakriti evolves into creation. As we even hear that, we find some logical fallacy there. That alone is said in the verse, if Prakriti is anadi, without beginning, it's unborn, permanent, indestructible, it will not be subject to change. How can it change then? When things change, they modify themselves, and then they are no longer there to do what they knew how to do. It's not to be, it's like the example of the milk turning into curd. Once it's there, curd, and then you say, okay, now I have curd, I'm going to make a lot of curd because curd is here, and then I can make curd out of curd. No, you need milk to make curd. Oh, okay, and then I'm going to get this curd and I'm going to take it back to milk, and then I divide it. One part of the milk, I add one part of the curd. No, you cannot turn back curd into milk back again. So if we accept this theory, we'll have to accept that Prakriti, like Brahman, is subject to change. Then Prakriti has to be Nirvikara. Nirvikaram is that which does not change. Okay? If it is Anadi, Ananta, and Nityan, it means to say it does not change, like the milk changed into the curd, or the water turned into ice cubes. How can it then evolve into the universe if it does not change? For evolution or transformation to take place, change must be there. Prakriti must undergo change. This is the logical fallacy. So we have established the fallacy here by determining that if something is beginningless, if something is permanent, and something is indestructible, eternal, and then it cannot undergo change, because the moment it changed, it's no longer there as it was at the original Mula Prakriti. So it remains there. If it remains there as it is forever, not undergoing any change, it means this Prakriti must be Nirvikara. So how can then it evolve into become the universe? For evolution, transformation, or manifestation, the causal principle must undergo change. This is the logical fallacy present in the verse 11. The second fallacy of the Shankya theory, which is Satkaryavad, says that both the cause and effect are the same. One and the same substance is called Karana in the prior condition, in the invisible condition, in the super subtle condition, and it's called Karyan in the later conditions, such as the manifest universe. If iceberg is melt into water, the same substance is water. The water is called Karana in the solid condition and Karyan in the liquid condition. But we know that the liquid condition can be called Karana, because if we bring that liquid water into lower temperatures to become ice cubes, if ice cubes are produced from water, then the liquid is the Karana and the solid is Karyan, and vice versa. So thus, they are only two different conditions, but the substance is the same. Therefore, Gaudapa elaborates, saying that Prakriti is Karana and Prapancha is Kariya. Okay, so the universe is Karya, effect, and Prakriti is the cause. So Prakriti and Prapancha are essentially the same substance, which means their essential nature must be the same. So far, so good. According to Satkaryavada, Prakriti is Ajan and Nityan. Prakriti is Ajan, meaning to say, I forgot, Ajan means
I think it's birthless.
Ajan. Yeah, birthless. The word Prakriti. It must appear here. According to this theory, Prakriti is beginningless, birthless, and permanent. Yeah. Sometimes it would be easier to keep to the same words like Anadi, but here he used Ajam. And Nityam, yeah, it's unborn and eternal. It's written right there. It's unborn is beginningless. And the word is Jatan. So according to them, the word it begins somewhere, okay? It's born, yeah? And the word is uneternal, okay, anityam. So we have the cause is beginningless, unborn, always there, and it is permanent, which implies does not subject to change. unborn and eternal. And the world is otherwise born and impermanent. So now the question is either it should be said that both are ajatan and nitya, or that both are jatan and anitya. Okay. The question is either it should be said that both are beginningless and permanent, or that both are born, subject to time, and therefore impermanent. So if they are fundamentally the same substance, you understand? If they are existing, both exist, both the same substance, both are water, both the world and Prakriti of Maya, they should either be said to be beginningless and therefore impermanent, or eternal, or born, subject to time, and therefore impermanent. So they should have the same nature, you know. Thus, Karanakariya Aikya, the identity, the equal Karanakariya, they are the same thing, they're the same substance. This equation of identity between cause and effect does not tally, because two different natures are ascribed. So the cause, you say that is eternal and unborn, and the effect is born and temporal. So how can you equate them if they have two different natures, you know? So it's unbelievable, the mind of these Mahatmas, how they go about inquiring in the very statements. You have to be really so much into the scriptures to understand that this final analysis are necessary. And Swami Paramarthananda says here that unless you come to refuse completely all these theories that suggest the origination, creation of the universe, you're never going to get freedom and moksha. You're never coming to Vedanta, he says. The third fallacy we find in the verse 13. When the logic is used, there should always be an example to prove it. I'm going too fast. Is everyone following?
No. Seems good.
When logic is used, there should always be an example to prove it. Wherever there is a smoke, for example, there is fire, as we know. Smoke is seen in a place, and logically speaking, we infer that there is fire. We have inferred that there is fire based on logic, based on the experience, our previous experience, that we have seen fire and we have seen smoke, hand in hand with the fire. Based on that experience alone, we have developed the idea that wherever there is smoke, there must be fire as well. Okay. Based on that experience alone, we have developed the idea that wherever there is smoke, there is fire. Gaudapada argues that in our experience, every cause itself is an effect. Every cause that we experience is itself born out of its cause. Every karana cause that we experience is itself born of its own cause, meaning to say, is the mula karana, okay? That nothing has caused this cause. So it's a cause that causes itself. It's a causeless cause. This is our experience. That's what he's trying to say. Gaudapada argues that in our experience, every karana itself is an effect as well. Every karana that we experience is itself born out of its karana. So that's what the theory suggests. This is our experience. Seeds is karana for the tree, but it is karyan effect of the previous tree. That is the theory, the cyclical theory of Shankya. cause and effect. The seed and the tree. So that tree itself is the effect. So Karana has a beginning. So he's establishing here the Karana itself has a beginning. So what is the beginning of the Karana seed? Is the tree. And what is the effect of the Karana seed? Is the tree as well. So the same seed is either the cause of a tree as well the effect of the tree, the previous tree, right? So if Prakriti is the cause, it must be the effect of something else. Because in our observation, seen from the standpoint of we're never going to determine what came first, the chicken or the egg. It's cyclical. So the tree and the seed and the entire observation of the phenomenal universe. So we have to come to the conclusion that this theory should follow the same logic. The logic is that Prakriti must have a cause, okay? It became an effect from a previous cause, and the previous cause, as we know, it should be what? The previous universe. So if Prakriti is Karyan, it must be, if Prakriti is the cause, it must be an effect of some previous condition. It cannot be without a cause. If Prakriti is a cause, it cannot be beginningless, okay? Because it is causing something, and it's caused because it is an effect of something else. So therefore, we cannot establish that the Prakriti is the Mula Karana of the universe, meaning to say the causeless cause of the universe. The principle that caused the universe has never having been an effect of a previous universe. So the last argument is to avoid this problem. If Shankya Vadi says that Prakriti has got a cause, then that Karana, that cause must have a Karana, and so on. So we need to go into regression infinitely, and then that brings even more complication. So Prakriti cannot be the original cause, Mula Karanam. Sat Karya Vada is acceptable for creation. We see the world like gold, bangle, and ornaments. Okay, so the theory that Sat Karya Vada is acceptable for practical in the world affairs like gold, bangle, and ornaments. But when it comes to the fundamental cause, supposed cause of the universe, which is Prakriti and the universe, this theory has got several logical loopholes because its definition of Prakriti is not convincing, logically convincing. So the only way we accept Prakriti as the cause of the universe is the way Vedanta suggests at the beginning, which later on presents again some loopholes. What is the original cause? When is the first macrocosmic body of the universe was created, in which there are all the jivas with all the karmas, where it all begins? If we say that it's cyclical, therefore Adyaropa and Apavada, so Vedanta presents this cyclical notion of creation. Because if it says from the very beginning that there is no creation, and then people start, tripping and saying that yes, I don't exist. I was having a sense that in truth I don't exist.
So Arlindo, could you say that the Satkaryavadis think that Prakriti is really the unmanifest pralaya state?
Yeah, Prakriti fundamentally is the Prakriti of Maya, which is the cause of the universe. Understand? When we say that in some other passage that Brahman is the causeless cause, that is, how you say? There is a way to say in English, compromise. No, it's this is not true, but it's given so that it can satisfy concession to ignorance. Okay, because as you know, Brahman is a karta, and it is one without a second. It's nirvikara, and so on. So Brahman cannot cause anything. But then the question is, there is a power, the description, there is a power which is so closely intimate to Brahman that can project things on Brahman. And then appears that Brahman is project something. The projector is going to project the movie on the screen. So is the screen doing anything? No. But can the projector project anything without the screen? No. So the screen is the cause of the projection, but it's not really the cause because it's just a projection, and the screen is just doing nothing there. Just anything can be superimposed anywhere. Anything. We do that all the time, projecting things on psychological level, on mental level, intellectual level. So Prakriti is the fundamental cause of the universe as it is present. And Laya and Pralaya I often present as the long sleep or the short sleep, because time is relative. The sleep of Maya, I like to put it in Maya rather than Brahman, because Brahman is beyond, the states. But somehow it seems that Maya sometimes gets tired of holding this projection. And then he calls back Ishwara, Jiva, and Jagata. And then he calls back, and then everybody is resolved back into Prakriti, in which everything is contained. Okay, so Maya is the cause. The only thing we need to understand here, that although Maya is the cause of the universe, it appears to be a cyclical cause of the universe, because Maya is the cause, but Maya is the effect as well. Okay, because the macrocosm body, causal body of the universe is the state of pralaya in which the universe reposes in potential, rests in potential. And then we have the universe in potential. So what is providing this potential universe? So is the manifest universe in which Ishvara, Jiva, and Jagata are interact. We can say that Maya becomes the seed, the cause, but it's not a mula karana. You understand? It's not an original, because this Maya is a byproduct of the previous universe. You understand? The previous universe then became the cause of Maya, its original Prakriti in potential condition. And then this seed becomes the universe. And then the universe, is going to produce the next pralaya. And then this pralaya depends on what? Depends on the manifestation, because the universe is a changing phenomenon, because Ishvara, Jiva, and Jagata all the time, going, interacting, and so on. So the point here is that Maya can never really be the original cause of the universe, because it's a cyclical. We can never determine whether the seed brought into existence the tree first, rather than the tree brought into existence the seed first. It's impossible. This is illogical. We can never bring it to any logical conclusion. Now, logic falls very short in trying to understand this phenomenal world. So definitely the theory of creation from a cyclical standpoint is much more convincing than a linear time of creation, definitely. But the fact is that all these logics presented by Gaudapada brings up the inconsistencies and the fallacies of these theories. just to take us again and again to the final conclusion that nothing was ever created. And we hear it all over the Neo Advaita and the Gurus, and Papaji was the king of saying nothing has ever happened, nothing was ever created. Usually, different circles, they talk about that without offering G's body of logic, such as our Sampradaya does. No? Don't know if I have answered your question.
Got it.
Therefore, Satkarya and Satkaryavada are both wrong. Therefore, the world has never been ever created. Then what has been created? And then Swami says, nothing has been created. All theories of creation are wrong, not because we did not get it right. It's because nothing has been created. Just an appearance. Experience in consciousness, to reflect in consciousness or project upon consciousness. So here there is a recap of Swami. We can go quickly through to see if we have any doubt about what was exposed. This passage here will definitely make it even more clear. Gaudapada's contention, according to Swamiji, is that we should accept the creation of the universe only in the beginning stage of our spirituality. That's why the Vedas present them, which is technically called Adhyaropa Kalam. At the time, we should accept creation, and we should accept that Ishvara is the creator. And then we may even get confused, but Ishvara or Maya is the creator, and then say same thing. They are both, they work together. Huh? The world is created, and we are also part of this creation, so it's a good beginning. We must accept that. Thus, Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara must be understood and accepted, understood initially. Because if we say that in the beginning there is no Jiva, there is no Jagat, there is no Ishvara, so how are we going to work to develop those qualifications, or the purity and refinement, intellectual, mentally, to understand that nothing ever was created? If from the beginning we establish that Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara do not exist. That's these final teachings of the Mandukya. I have done that with my group from Brazil, and a good chunk of people, 30 people, went through the entire course. And since then, I keep again and again reminding people that we should never just neglect of Jagata and our own Jiva in our inferior nature, and try to understand Ishvara until we are really ready to understand that there is only consciousness, there is no Brahman, and I am the Brahman. Because a lot of people I saw that they immediately start saying, okay, so I don't want to know anything more about Karma Yoga, that none of this is real. Yeah? So we must work in both modes, the triangular and the binary. And even afterwards, when we have a clear, firm self-knowledge, we can still play in the triangle mode, not to get security from Ishvara, because I'm the source of security. I transfer the security, which is my nature, to Ishvara, and Ishvara is going to please every devote with some security. Security comes from my fundamental nature, which is the fundamental nature of Ishvara, Saguna Ishvara, of course. So we can still play with the triangular format, but remembering that this is just a projection, but we need to know how to behave in this projection, even after self-knowledge is clear. So accepting Jiva Jagat Ishvara is fundamental and required for becoming a good Karma Yoga, without which, and Upasana Yogi as well, without these yogas which exist within the triangular mode format, they are required for us to develop the maturity and the qualifications for self-knowledge and moksha. We must go through those yogas to acquire the 4 qualifications for self-knowledge. Once we have acquired the full qualifications, and then finally enough, we enter the Yang Yoga of Vedanta, which is self-inquire, inquire into the nature of consciousness, inquire of the nature of existence, inquire into the nature of Brahman. We have changed from Adhyaropa to Pavada Prakriya. What is Prakriya? I forgot what's Prakriya. No problem. It's a format, it's a model format. Most probably he refers to format. Usually he uses the English word format. Once we are in the Pavada, we should fundamentally question the very creation itself, following the logic of our great Mahatmas presented by them. The creation that we accept initially should be totally negated. Only then Vedanta sadhana will be complete. In order for us to enter Shravana, Manana, and Nidhyasana, we should come to the point of agreeing with these statements of no origination presented by some Upanishads, presented by our Guru here, Gaudapada. As long as we do not negate the creation, and as long as we retain the format Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara indefinitely, we'll never come out of samsara. And we know that, because in that format, we depend on good actions to produce good results, to produce the sympathy of Ishvara, to bless us with punya and so on. And then we enjoy punya and so on, but we never have to, and we can never really stop putting good actions to gain good results. Adhyaropa Prakriya will never help you unless it's followed by Apavada Prakriya. Therefore, Shrishti Nisheda, Jati Nisheda has to be reinforced. I don't know what it means, this one. Scripture Nisheda Jati. The no origination of the universe must be reinforced. We have to establish that no theory of creation or origination can explain the process of creation. From that, it's clear that creation has never originated at all. What is so-called creation that we see? What is this? It's only an appearance and an experience, as we have seen. It's available for appearance and experience. We should never really neglect this appearance if we want to be happy with seeing this appearance. We must accept the appearance and experience of the creation, but I should never accept their reality, but only their apparent reality, much less the creation origination of something that is real. The moment that you accept the creation of something that's real, you are hooked in samsara and hooked for good, he says. With the intention to establish Ajativada, the non-creation of this universe, Gaudapada refutes various theories and creation. And we have just seen them. He said Brahman could not be the cause of the creation. Brahman has to create the world. Brahman requires raw material. That was the first argument. I know he creates, he has the material, he's the material cause as well. No, if Brahman is one without a second and he has no attributes, how could he find materials within itself? He has no attributes. Brahman itself having serving as raw material is illogical. And but Brahman cannot undergo changing. Therefore, another argument to prove that Brahman is not the material cause and neither the intelligent cause as well. Therefore, Asat Karyavada, the theory that says that the non-existent existent universe was existent by the power of Brahman or Maya, more precise. The Gaudapada does not discuss this theory because it's too weak. The non-existent thing can never become existent. And we know that by observing our physical law of conservation of matter or energy. Matter and energy can never be created. Then we saw the negation of also the theory of the existing thing was contained already in another fundamental substance. In the four following subsequent verses we saw in the last class, we saw the Sat Karyavada being rejected as well. The milk is transformed into curd. It can be said that the curd has been made, but it only means that the milk has been transformed, not created. My friends, I'm going to stop here. I'm here. I worked hard physically yesterday, and I still have to work today, and I have a few things waiting for me. And we'll stop here, and I will let you know soon if we meet this coming Friday, okay? Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishate. Om Shanti 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 Om. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, Arlindo.
Thanks, Arlindo.
Thank you.
Goodbye.